Hey y'all, this is Ursh, and welcome back to the Battle for the Nile. So you know that time I said, I'm going to make sure my audio is always correct before I record and not miss a beat so I don't have to re-record what I say when I'm playing the game? Guess what I just did? I didn't check my audio, and like a dumbass, sure enough, there's no audio on this game right now. So you're getting a post-hoc commentary yet again for the Battle for the Nile, because God knows I like ripping apart my computer and putting stuff back together a lot this entire series. God knows why, just the way it goes. So right now, we're looking at the World Congress, as you probably can tell, and we're thinking, should we leave Narmer there or not? And I'm going to probably vote up Cleo, because it's the only person I can actually vote up. And I'll put them more on a balanced number. That way, if we need to kick her out, we can kick her out. We can kick Narmer in. That way, no one's having a real overarching number such that the other people can't even compete. Because Narmer's getting there right now, and to make sure that we can balance it out. Don't want to put the Garamantes in because he hates my guts. I'm about to rip a bunch of cities off of him. So he ain't happy by any stretch of the imagination. So I don't want to put him in the lead. He's going to be doing dumb shit like, let's embargo these guys. And I'd be like, I don't want you to do that. So our military right now, our Navy is very, very strong. And the only thing that would improve it is a couple submarines here and there. Just to leave in friendly waters. So I see any naval ships coming in, they just get one-shotted. With dry docks, submarines will one-shot everything. Save a carrier, which you can probably two-shot. Unless your nuclear submarines, when you one-shot pretty much everything. So initially what I want to do is actually just do some internal infrastructure. We spent a lot of our coastal cities time building up this massive navy we have, and I'm glad we did. It's paying huge dividends and knocking the Garamantes down a bunch of pegs. And it's going to be awesome to bring all these really experienced units to bear when we kick the crap out of Narmer and take back our continent for our very own. But until such time, dear friends, it's going to have to be a little bit of damage control time as we do a bit of the infrastructure we've been putting off. Having this is okay now, so we don't need to do too much beyond that. Just a bit of production, a bit of food is good, and getting our tourism back up. Because hotels are now available, and we need to continue to compete in a tourism race. So we don't get too far behind. We don't want to get pressured out. Our order is the dominant ideology of the day here, so we're not at too much risk of taking any kind of abuse from that end. It's just, let's keep putting out tourism. It's never bad to have extra tourism in the pot. Nature of the beast, the nature of the tourism game, and some people are really strong. Namely, Narmer and Cleo are both ridiculously strong on tourism. So either way, we were on the verge navally of beating the crap out of Alele, which we will do soon as we have the full movement on those units. And we'll move in and take that little pass for ourselves and finally carve a way out of that back end after the Garamantes set all that dumbass cities all the time. It was really annoying, and it still is. Aspelta, apparently, though, failed to stop the stealing of a tech. I'm very, very angry at Aspelta. It's just, I don't know. If you're a spy and your name is Aspelta, you gotta do your job. There's no excuse. With a name like Aspelta, you gotta do it. James Aspelta, yes. You gotta wreck whatever comes your way from the spy category. Because, I don't know, he's just underachieving in my book. I don't care that he's rank 1, his name is Aspelta. That means anything goes in there, he's gonna nail that ass. He's gonna make sure nothing gets stolen. But what is he doing? He screwed up. That man screwed up, and I couldn't do anything about it. So I was sad. I still am sad. I'm disappointed in you, Aspelta. Do better. I expect more from my spies. Damn it, we're Mercurians, are we not? Were they good spies back then? I don't even know. They probably were. Most people had to be to survive back then, I guess. You gotta know what your neighbor's doing. Is there a giant army marching in our general direction? Yeah, probably. Some city-states want great artists. We'll have them in 38 turns. They're probably not anytime soon, but beggars chooses and all. Like I said, we're doing focus on the internal stuff. So we're going to do a little bit of money, a little bit of tourism, a little bit of culture. I want to get the broadcast towers up. They're plus 33% culture, and I want to keep those social policies flowing. Getting deep into order is ideal, and we gotta make sure we make the absolute most of every little bit of culture we can squeeze out of here. So Dongla's actually doing really good on growth. For some disturbing reason, it's still growing very, very well, despite the amount of production tiles is actually working. So this internal looking kind of thing we're gonna do in Dongola is gonna be very, very quick and short-lived. My guess is what's gonna happen is I will be doing a lot of navy out of Dongola. We'll be doing a lot of navy out of Dindan, maybe like a submarine in case something's going to wend its way down the narrow corridors. What I'm probably going to do is make Dongola, after I've built the internal stuff, the heart of my air wing / oil empire I'm going to need to make. And it's going to be a problem for me to keep a decent air wing up. I only have 5 oil. That's not a lot. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not a lot. And not a lot of people have oil, actually, that's even readily accessible to me. So here's when I do something really stupid. I go, we can hit Alele. Or I can move forward one more tile to get another shot in. Oh yeah, what would that happen? What would you do if you move forward one more tile? Let's think, Urs. That was a great idea. You're in front of Alele, Zigama, 2 frigates, and a cannon. Yep. That ship's gonna last a really long time. So I felt very stupid after this, like really colossally stupid. So I promptly brought in another melee ship because inevitably I'm gonna lose one of these things. I'm gonna have to take Alele just the hard way. There's your dumbass move for the episode. Why did I do that? I don't know. I just decided that somehow I just want to watch the world burn a little more, and my ship is gonna be part of that. Nature of the beast. But Alele is pretty much down after all the abuse we've been leveling at it for the last, like, I don't know, game timescale wise, 10 generations or so. So it's pretty much about to say, Uncle! Uncle! And just give up. Like, it's just going to straight up give up. And then we'll be able to move on to bigger and brighter pastures like Narmer. Narmer has a lot of nice pastures I want to abuse and take for my very own. But first we're going to do the total, like, douche move and be like, hey, can I get your open borders real quick so I can move my navy all the way to Kadesh because I know that's where you're going to hit me first. I want to kill all your shit immediately. That's what I'm going to do. But that's for Narmer. Right now, we're still having a war with the Garamantes. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I tend to do that in this game because at this point, we're so dominant in the ocean that anything the Garamantes can do, they can't group up enough units to do anything to us, basically. So we are pretty much, this is effectively a victorious war. It's just dragging on at this point. So ideally, we'll make a settlement here that'll end our association with this guy. Namely, give all our situation back to where it needs to be, keeping avarice, getting that free capital and that free luxury, a lot of incense which we needed, and now we'll probably make that pathway out, and then we'll move on. And now, you know, we only have 1 magistrate left. We could celebrate Sada, which is not great, because the production gets split around a bunch of cities. It's not really good. However, there may be a time in the future where I'm making 200 or almost 300 culture a turn, and I might say, you know what? For 300 culture, I would totally take 3 grand to upgrade all my military. So I'm going to save the magistrates for that, and I may be able to do that once in the atomic and once in the information. And there we go. Sure enough, you know, when you get shot by 5 things constantly, you just may die. You just may die. So that's what happened. We just died. Poor guy. You know, we knew him well. Alas, poor Yorick. But, you know, Alele is going to fall, and ain't nothing Garamantes can do about it. So it's effectively a victorious city siege via awesome naval prowess or something along those lines. I don't know. There's a naval joke in there with prow and some kind of figurehead. I can't think of it right now, but it's got to be in there. Someone help me out. I'm going to be reading the comments for this, so you better make a good naval joke that involves the term prow. And if you rhyme with plow, I'm going to punch you through the internet repeatedly. All right, but that's done. Alele is not going to grow. It's going to sit here and pretty much just do its thing. I have no need for it to do anything else. It's there as a placeholder so I can get my ships the hell out of here without having to weave through other people's territory. That's namely what most of these cities that I'm going to take are going to do for me. I just want them moving. I just want them gone. Right now I'm deciding how the hell I'm going to do this with my ships, and there's no efficient way to start bombarding Zagama this turn because I can't escape anywhere, so we're just going to take a turn back, and then we're going to start bombarding it like crazy next turn. But, you know, the war with the Garamond is, like I said, it's pretty much now a null set. He's got nothing. He's got absolutely nothing to threaten me with. And the war against Narmer is going to be interesting, because he actually has land forces that can, you know, deploy on my continent. And he has a considerable sum. We saw the riflemen from the north that are going to be a little annoying. The navy is going to be considerable. I may try and sick Cleo on him, because Cleo and I are bros. She's my girl bro, and I'm her, I guess, just standard issue, you know, nothing special vanilla bro. But she probably wants some of his land, because they are pretty close to each other. She's also probably busy with Akhenaten, but if I can take some of the heat off of me and have Cleo beat the crap out of some of his navy for me, that'd be great. And for the land side, I'm going to go artillery. Like I said, the field guns need a bit of an improvement, and 3 range plus indirect fire is going to be just that improvement. Castillo de Bedim, I think I'm going to start building hospitals everywhere. We're growing okay, but we're drying a little bit shy on food. There's a lot of ocean tiles we're not able to work properly. There's a lot of desert we can't really work, so hospital's going to help us out, get us that food we need. I'm going to probably start making 2 food farms in the desert at some point. Once we really run out of tiles to work, we see it really starting to interfere with our city growth. But until such time, it's gonna be more or less academic still. And this is where I made another minor error, but not a big one. I just left someone out in front so the frigate can shoot it again. I don't know why I did that. I just get confused sometimes. I do dumb shit. So again, minor issue. You should always move your frigate away so their frigate can't attack it because the AI sucks at attacking and moving. One part of the code they kind of bollocksed up, honestly. Because if they actually brought all these units up, and this one I realized, oh yes, that's right, I have rifling. Let's upgrade our military to vast and dangerous heights. And then our infantry is going to get shiny new rifles, and we're worried about their muskets or whatever the hell they're using back then. Matchlocks, flintlocks, I guess. Wheelocks, if you're very, 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 very rich and don't mind maintaining your gun to a disgusting degree. But yeah, the infantry war, the arms race is going up higher and higher, as is artillery. But that's going to help us deal with Narmer and our content. What I may do, actually, is that crappy little city in the south at Uzu or Uno or whatever the hell it's called. I don't even know, man. Whatever that city is called, I'm going to use my cruisers to knock it down, quickly take it, and I'm actually going to liberate Ramses. I wouldn't mind having his ass as a little vassal state in my south. That's another person I recalled to life, and that is 3 people that'll vote for me for world leader. So if we need to win diplomatically, that'll be another option. Because pretty much Hatshepsut, the Hyksos, and Ramses are probably going to be, you know, pretty cool with me since I brought him back from the dead. I know Ramses and I had our disagreements before he died. But, you know, bygones be bygones. He's shuffled off this mortal coil, and Bob's your uncle, I guess. I think he'll forgive me is what I'm trying to get at. I think everything will be okay. If only I have the chance to bring him back to life. So, you know, it's not every day you can bring someone back to life, but if you do, they better love you for it. Right? I mean, that's the way it works, honestly. If you're going to do anything, it better be the right way. And City State's still moving here, and not much really moving on. The Garamontes are bringing units. They're bringing musketmen and frigates to bear. Devious animals, the Garamontes. Sitting there with a snide look in their face going, I'm gonna get you. And, you know, it's the Garamontes, what are you gonna do? We can't hit the cannon, which is sad, because I was a little bit dumb again. It's alright. I'm just like, you know what, forget it. I'm gonna capture a settler. I'm gonna heal this cruiser up, because he's got way more abuse than needed to. And we got triple range! Yay! Not triple range, triple damage to land units. Pretty soon, though, we're gonna get logistics on somebody. And that's the one I'm gonna be attacking Zagama with the most. And once you get a battleship with 4 range and logistics, then shit gets real for your enemies. I'm just saying, it's gonna get out of control very, very quickly. This is where I'm checking. Who's closest to a logistics promotion? Answer is not that guy. Not that guy either. It's gonna be the other fellow. What are you doing? What am I even doing here? What am I thinking? Yes, spot for that one. Good, yeah. And shoot with that one. There you go. You are good at Civ time. Alright. Sometimes I look at what I'm doing like, what the f I think? Just shoot the thing. And he's closest to logistics, so we're going to rotate him out at some point. And here's where I make the brilliant maneuver. I'm like, he's bringing musketmen and frigates. Maybe I should make all my ranged navy drive away. You know, reasons for the kids. And that way, you know, he's just like, hey, look, he's abandoning the war. We apparently have won. And you're going to see him drop more units on me. So that was just kind of, I don't know, that's kind of dumb. But I wanted full units, because what I'm expecting to do is then push on with units in range of city bombardment and beat the crap out of the city that way while taking damage. It's one of the few ways I'll be able to take it, I think. And, you know, with cruisers, I can take a lot of abuse from the city. I just don't want to do it if I don't have to, because that would suck. Ah, yes, my riflemen, they're all prepared and ready to go. Ready and raring to go. I mean, a lot of alert actions right now. Just go on alert. No, don't tell me. Just go on alert. It's no big deal. It's fine. Just go on alert. And here I'm saying, you know, there we could build a farm there, but we're not going to be able to work it, so who the hell cares? I sure don't care. Reasons. Alright. And our poor scout, I realize, is still up there just sitting and Akhenaten's territory because I can't get through. It's so frustrating. I can't even explore the rest of the land because there's so many damn ships in the channel that it's like, I don't know, it's like the channel on a rush hour. You just can't get by. And you would think, like I said, that surveyor, being the wily old man with that freaking beautiful hat that he has, would be able to jump from bow to bow of the ship and just walk across the ocean, given how tightly packed it is. But no, apparently that's not how it works in this game world. I just need to be stuck on the coast going, oh, I wish I could get over there. You just buy passage on a frigate or something. I'll pay that dude like 50 gold. Like, seriously, just let that guy over a tile. That's all I need. I need to hit land, and then I'm good. Then I'm off to the freaking races. But no, he's got like 70,000 ships in there. God knows why. Whatever, man. Whatever. And now we get to see how badly Garamantes want their city back. Answer? Probably pretty badly. Cleo's got the Prora, which is going to give her massive happiness, given how much culture she had, too. But see, look what I'm facing. Like, so many ships. It's insane. Look at that. It's ridiculous. I can't even get a foot in edgewise. It's nuts. I do think Cleo and Akhenaten are going to get at it at some point. I think they're both autocracy friends, but Cleo's an ambitious woman. This guy just ran his musket man from the water into Alele. That was not a good plan. You want that musket man to live? That was the opposite of a good plan, but what are you going to do? So when I realized, like, why did I move all my freaking cruisers away? That was dumb. And here I'm hoping, let's two-shot this guy, which you may be able to do with a combat bonus from the Admiral, but nope. Yeah, he's got like 1 hit point left. Again. Oh, well. It happens a lot. I get that negative roll sometimes. But like I said, they can't really take this city. There is no threat here. That cannon is still taking shots, but, you know, whatever. Free shots never hit anyone, as I always say. Except the person drinking too many of them, in which case they hurt a lot. Just a bad life choice sometimes. Alright. I'm going to heal all these cruisers, then we're going to go all in on the city in the pass, and maybe finally get a way through to dominate our little continental area in the corner, the continental shelf, continental cliff, I guess. Joser can stay there for all I care, and if I have an extra general, I'm just going to steal the land so I can get through there easily. I think Joser's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass the rest of the game. If he starts getting all ornery on me, like, oh, I'm not going to give you open borders unless you give me, you know, 5 GPT and your firstborn, then I'll probably drop the Citadel. Until such time, though, I'm content to have him, let him have a little city down there. I mean, he's on the opposite edge of the map. If you look at his 2 main cities to the north, he's all the way to the south. And that's just, I don't know, just childish. But he settled one there, so we're going to have to, by golly, respect his territorial integrity, because that's what I do on a regular basis in my Civ games. Totally, I never declare war, unless he deserved it. Yeah, we're going to keep working the food tiles here as much as possible. Then we'll do the money and production tiles. But until such time, I want to be able to staff the uni, basically. That's my biggest concern. After that, it's pretty much gravy. You can build whatever you want, as long as you give me my science. Share your convictions. Yeah, whatever. Everyone hates the Garamantes now. We basically turned them into the pariah of the world. They'll be a little careful that I don't become the pariah after downing like every single city in very violent fashion. The city have destroyed a musket man. Good job, city. You should get promoted. To what? I don't know, part of my empire? We're already there! Yay! Everyone wants to be Mercurian! Or something along those lines. And we got Great War Infantry. Isn't that cute? So basically, the people who went to the modern era right now did it through replaceable parts, which is kind of scary. Steam power is nice. That means I'm going to be facing Ironclad soon. I'm going to be a little careful with my cruisers. It's not so bad as Frigate versus Cruiser. It's still pretty bad, though. Like, Ironclads are scary around a coastline, so we got to be a little bit careful what we do with those. But like I said, they'll be fine. We're going to make them city attackers now that we keep losing our city attackers. And mostly we're going to be pumping out submarines. We need, like, literally 2 or 3 melee ships tops to sustain a consistent conquest. So I pretty much have that, more or less. Yeah, I have a couple there, too, so no worries. Relatively easy. But then I see a wild frigate appearing. Mercurians use cruiser. It's super effective because frigates are hella outdated at this point. But I'm just already thinking, fantasizing about how strong my battleships are going to be. And then I realize, son of a bitch, I've got 5 oil. Exactly 5. No more, no less. That's not a lot of oil. And I need an air wing. I mean, you can't go through this game without an air wing now. And 5 oil is nowhere near enough. Cleo's going to have a bit of an advantage in that. She's going to have the strategic resource doubled bonus from autocracy. And that might have been almost a good enough reason to go autocracy. What I'm hoping I can do is eventually general bomb some to steal oil. But like I said, last episode I think it was, this map is oil poor. Like really, really oil poor. And you just can't build a battleship fleet with that. So I'm going to have to stick with cruisers for the time being. Which is not awesome. I mean, I really wouldn't want that if I had the choice. And really, I'm going to be able to afford 5 battleships at most at any one time, and even in the future. Even when I get jet fighters and stealth bombers that run on aluminum, I'm still going to have freaking mostly cruisers because I have no oil. And that's really sad to me. Like, that is something that I think is just, I don't know. I didn't deserve this! Nah, and I deserve better. but it's kind of the way it is. I mean, there is just very little oil on this map. And what I may do there, like you see the oil sitting in Kabul, and I'm like, I really want to general bomb that. Even though I'm working on Kabul rep for the last like 7 generations, I would totally not mind getting some oil there. And it looks like I may actually need some melee unit to sit there and beat the crap out of Kabul a little bit, because Alele is going to be a source of tension, I think, territorially speaking, while Kabul is there and we down in armor. He's got a lot of city-states as allies, I gotta say, and we gotta be a little careful on that. But on the upshot, we got another policy from Order. So a lot of good choices here, depending on how you're playing. We're probably going to buy some great engineers, what I'm saying. Like, damn, I haven't built a wonder in a while. Let's buy a great engineer so we can use all this faith we're generating. But, yeah. A lot of nice stuff here. Extra happiness we don't need. We're doing okay. Really, workers' faculties in the 5-year plan are your 2 go-tos in general. 34% more tourism if you're going tourism victory. Other than that, get workers' faculties, or if you don't care about your science output, get 5-year plan. I tend to go workers' faculties first, because it's just so good. I mean, it's nice to have that early when you're still building your factories, but with the Enlightenment Era mod, it's kind of harder to justify that. And I've found that like I 9 times out of 10, with the mod or without, I build my factories before I can make use of that aspect of the policy. The 25% science, though, that's all good, and I'll take that every day of the week. That is no problem whatsoever. I don't mind that in the least. We're almost healed up. We're almost ready to go. We're almost ready to go at the Garamantes, even harder than we were before. Yeah, don't kill the archaeologist. I want to steal the archaeologist. Yeah. Archaeologists are annoying. You can't buy them. You got to keep building them. So, as much as I want to do some archaeology stuff, I gotta be careful. And these workers, I don't need them. Keep claiming. So, we're just going to use them to save on maintenance and get some money as another spoils of war. Basically, what we're actually doing to those workers is that we're enslaving them and then making them retire. So, like, on the one hand, we're doing a horrible Geneva Convention breaking thing by enslaving someone else's workers. On the other hand, they immediately retire and can go home to their families and have a pension or something, you know? So, on the whole, we're totally neutral in this, right? I mean, I'm going to tell myself that and feel not so bad about constantly, like, capturing workers and going, you're living my empire now, but you can go home now, it's cool. No, don't go back to Garamantes, they're assholes. Just stay down here. Northern Desert's no place for a working man who needs his rest. Just go down to my lands, which has fertile crescents and lakes and rivers and shit. I don't know, whatever you like. Yay! It's only like 30 turns too late. I'm glad we helped your proposal that I don't even freaking remember what it was. But, you know, I'm glad we're totally cool about that because, you know, otherwise you've been kind of being a passive-aggressive little dick. So Kadesh has finally finished building all its money. It is now building granaries. And I was like, I want to grow. I want to be a real boy. And it'll eventually grow. But so far it's doing good and not growing, and I like that. I like that about Kadesh. It's just there and generates me lots and lots of money, and I'm happy about that. It's like every good set of the Potosi city. Not much other function except just being a massive, massive minting source for your entire economy. What do we got? We're going to beat that up. Yeah, that's right. This whole thing about the narrow pass breaking my connection to my capital is really annoying. If they could tell how that body of water is connected, you know there's no way into that city. It's not that hard, right? If you're near a city and you can't draw a straight line to the city that doesn't require going around the direction you came from, you probably can't blockade the harbor. That's the whole point of the safe harbor with the mountain on that side. But it's Civ 5, so, you know, reasons. This I feel bad about. Bombarding workers, that's not even, you know, letting them retire. That's just kicking the crap out of them. And we'll see what the Garamantes do about that. My guess is they'll bring more muskets in the water and try to run into Alele face first. Not the best strategy. If I was an armchair general, I'd say that's probably not a good idea. But, you know, what do I know? I guess I know more than not to send units like that. And here it's like, what the hell are we going to do? We're sitting there, no frigates are coming out, we're being kind of bored, we're like, what are we going to do with this guy? Because these cruisers have literally been just circling this entire area for like generations going, are you going to shoot something? I don't know, are you going to shoot something? Can we shoot something? I don't know, should we shoot something? And here I'm like, you know, I can send another route to Thenis. I could. We're going to doubt this guy. So this route's going to go away. So what do? What's the most beneficial option? I can send it to something of Clio, which is on the same continent, or I can just send food to my capital. And if you know anything about optimizing late game science, more food in your capital, man. More population, working more tiles, getting more people doing more science. That's really the nature of the beast. So it's never a bad idea. If you have an internal trade out you just don't know what the hell to do with, send food to the capital. Why not? Worst comes to worst, you can afford to tell more production down there and build some more wonders faster. Oh no, what a terrible fate. So yay. Alright, we can sell more horses because I love it when Cleo feeds me money. Look at that. She spent like 7 hours unlining those eyes this morning. Like every time. She's picture freaking perfect. Like it's impressive. That girl knows the details of a fine art around the eyelid. That's all I'm saying. Alright. And like I said, she's got her eyelids down. That's why I need my awesome hat. I need my freaking Egyptian dynastic hat one day. That's still my ambition in life. I need to bring back the dynastic Egyptian hats or something cool for like monarchy, like honestly. And I don't mean like the English monarchy. They're kind of just, dudes that don't really have to work for a living at this point. It's just, like real dynastic hats, like a sign of authority. And not like a bishop's mitre either. I'm talking like one of them Apophis hats or whatever. Because if Cleo's got her eyeliner and her like crown thing, I need my hat. I'm still sore about that. Like, even the character portrait for Mercuria doesn't really have a massive hat. He's kind of got a little, I don't know, spike helmet thing going on. So, I mean, that's probably not the right word for that at all at this point, but, whatever. And this is when I realized that sitting here and being safe in Zegama is basically a pain in my ass. So I'm going to run in with all my cruisers at some point very, very soon and start taking damage on everybody, and we're going to get Zegama down like 8 times faster. So that's what I'm going to start doing. And very, very shortly, we'll be able to finally get a way out of this land for anything we produce down there. And that's important to me. I want to be able to send traders out from my capital all the way through these lands and all the way north. That's going to be worth a lot of money in the long run. And I can probably absorb the happiness hit at this point. I really do think I can. And if I need to, I'll build menageries, I'll build stadiums, whatever the hell you want. We'll get there. We have the production to handle it. But it's a matter of these 3 key cities, Zegama, Tadubidum, and then Thubin. As long as I have those 3, I'll be good. I mean, is that kind of waste of happiness? Yeah. In a way, you could totally argue that's like, wow, Urs, that's a dumb investment, and you're going to drop your happiness to nil. But we are in an ideology which gives a lot of happiness. And like I said, logistics and geography of this map almost require it of us. So what are you going to do? We're just going to puppet them and pretend they don't exist anymore. And we're still growing beautifully, and like I said, we're definitely running out of food tiles to work. Citizen growth is like 20 turns away now, so definitely a good investment would be hospitals. 5 food just gives you that little kickstart you need to get your next citizen out and continue on for a little while longer. And it'll be good. It'll be all good. It is pretty funny, though, hospitals in this game. Like, there's no disease, really, so hospitals just feed you. You show up at the hospital, and everyone's, like, really pudgy, like, I love hospitals. All they do is eat. It's like really funny, right? This is not a disease mechanic. I would totally get it, right? Hospitals would stop you from dying, not feed you more. I mean, I guess people would really like hospitals a lot more if all you do is you showed up there and they're like, "Hi, you look sick. Do you want a donut?" I'd be like, "Hell yeah, I want a donut." And yay, hospitals. I guess that's how it is in the Civ land. In the world, the crazy world of Civ, all hospitals just give you food all the freaking time, and it's glorious. It is a glorious thing. So that's what we're doing for our people. We're giving them 5 free donuts. And now, look at this shit. He's like, I'm going to give you all my cities if you just stop kicking my ass so hard. So this is when we realize, you know what? I think he realized he's losing. He probably got tipped off to the fact he's getting his ass kicked. So now we got to think of what cities to take from him. And what to do with all the cities he's offering us. And I'm inclined, very inclined, do some economic redistribution up in here. But what I'm probably going to do is just take the 5 down there and then suck all the gold out of him, essentially. If he's got any at this point. He looks like he does have some. So what I'm probably going to ask for is Zegama El Abaid, Bubum, Tadubum. These all sound very similar. And Tabis or Tardis or whatever the hell that city is. And we're going to distribute these to the Hyksos, to Hatshepsut a little bit. Just so they have little crappy cities down there that no one cares about. And I will have my alleyway through, and I'll build like 1 submarine to, secure the area in case anyone decides to bring a ship anywhere near it. And we'll call it a day. It'll be glorious, essentially. We'll have a nice little way on the south, with no threats in that direction. We'll be able to move that navy out of there, move it to the northern sea, and then, I don't know, go after everyone else, because God knows we have a big navy, we might as well use it. When you got a big stick, you best start swinging. So we'll see how we're going to try to go toward endgame here. I mean, Science victory is always there, but you never know how that's going to roll. We do potentially have a good chance of diplomatic too, because we're bringing a lot of people back from the dead. So that's all things to think about. But for now, thank you for tuning into another episode of Battle for the Nile, and I'll try to record this in real time next time and not be a complete idiot. Until such time, I have been Urs, and I will see you all next time. Till then.